here for Jason Seren-Singleton and Molly Wilkinson, who's coming into the side for Hannah Lane in a starting role today. So the replacements, as ever, will have a formidable role to play, but setting the tone for the action falls to the starters, and they're under starters' orders. Siobhan Daly of Ireland is our referee, and Scotland and Katie Ainsworth get ready to rumble. Ainsworth showed her attacking talents against England, creating problems, creating tries.
Hold for kick, right?
She's got the keys to number 10 again, and it'll be great to see her against Wales tonight in an attacking sense. She gets us off. Wales take this cleanly, and into contact for the first time goes Robin Davis, wearing 4 in the second row. Lovely pass across the face for Wales, who were so physical on the gain line last week and really impressed in that regard against Ireland before eventually succumbing to the Irish. But it was a great performance still from this young Welsh team. Great chance for Scotland though early on here as they go to work with the advantage. And Durock looking to go to the right. Ainsworth is almost cut in half. Scotland's fly half. She's going nowhere fast there. And then Poppy Fletcher on the next carry. Really good front row that this Scottish team have. They carry, they scrummage, they do it all. So too does Charlotte Russell. Lovely tackle for the first time. And still this opening passage of play goes on. Amber Reid, welcome to the commentary box. The customary start from Scotland and Wales, full-blooded as ever.
Yeah, this will be a really good game. Both teams coming off the back of a loss, but some real positives to take from that. Wales created so many opportunities, but it was just the clinical nature of their play that they didn't come away with points, matched against an Ireland side that came away with points every time they got inside the 22. Scotland again showed some real promise against England, some fantastic variety in their play. We saw Katie Ainsworth wearing one there. She wore a few shots to the ribs last week, but the nature of her play as a fly half, she's taken it right to the line. So that won't be the first one, but she'll find holes for other people. So it'll be great to see how she goes against this Welsh side.
And this is, of course, a development tournament. It's a round robin, essentially. It's about the pathway for under-20s players through to the senior level. That said, it's an international match, and points will be taken when they're on offer. And Scotland lay down a marker for the match, slotted through by Lucy McRae, and Scotland lead Wales 3 points to 0 in Wales, in Uslab Minak.
Those are the ones that I hate as a kicker, dead in front of the post. First one of the game, but she struck that beautifully, had another 15-20 metres on that, and that's a warning shot to the Welsh. If you're going to be ill-disciplined in your half, we'll make you play.
Hannah Marshall has landed that perfectly in the path of Freya Bell, and Wales immediately from the restart close to the Scotland 22. Great energy from Wakely. And they fizz around in the opening stages of a match, this Welsh team, full of intent. Scotland have pitched the ball off from there though. Ainsworth picked up and slammed to the deck. And they will have been doing their analysis rather well on Katie Ainsworth this week, the Welsh. Twice they have looked to tuck into her when she's been on the ball.
There's a Welsh shot as well. You want to rattle the opposition 10, you want to disrupt their flow, and by doing that, it allows the Welsh to get stuck into Katie.
Rihanna Durock that dropped that ball. It's a Welsh scrum. There's no Gwenann Hopkins this week for Wales, so that's why Bran Metcalf has gone back to the number 8 role.
She's a fantastic player and be a loss to this Welsh side. Having said that, Kiara Pearce came on and shook a few bones. She was brilliant, brought the energy on, brought the physicality. So it'd be good to see her, how she starts this game.
Jones, the scrum half, goes to the right. Penalty for the Welsh. Marshall. Caris Hughes in the 10 shirt. And she's put that perfectly, it turns out, towards touch.
In quick, please, Red. Here's your mark. In quick, please, before the ball is thrown. In, Red. Wait till my hand comes down, Blue.
Wakely. With this line up 10 metres from Scotland's line. Taken well by Davis. And Scotland take it to the floor quickly. No momentum there whatsoever. Bell was looping that round. Lovely line right through the middle. And Wales score the first try. Molly Wilkinson in a starting role shows just why the fullback cuts through the Scottish three-quarters and goes under the posts.
It's a lovely line cut by Molly Wilkinson, but the backs, they were just a little bit hesitant, unsure of their lines last week, which meant that their balls were going on shoulders. They didn't quite hit onto it at pace, whereas Molly Wilkinson showing the complete opposite there. Lovely out the back there. A couple of decoy runners from their centres who gained good ground next week, so you have to mark them. Really well played, great decision making, and that's a fantastic line by Molly Wilkinson.
Friday night begins with the right tone for Wales, and Wilkinson with this try. Short kick-off from Scotland, good take from Davis. At speed, the lock forward breaks the line straight from her take. And then charging hard is Buffery Latham. Sean Jones. Oh, that was well handled there from Hannah Marshall. Slipped out of her grasp, but then she just whacked it nonetheless. Scotland counter, Ainsworth. That's the skill of the playmaker for Scotland. She's worked it along the line. Lisa Brown takes play up to the halfway line almost. Ainsworth. More big contacts in this encounter. Freya Bell that time. And they keep on coming. Jones. The intensity of this beginning, the most we've seen of any of the three matches so far. And we've had some blistering starts from the likes of England and Italy. Lisa Brown on the edge here, pops it back inside and does that really well to Mellenby, and Mellenby's away. Mellenby on the outside here, she fights to keep it alive, it stays in field. It's an exhilarating beginning between Wales and Scotland.
Red scrum.
Yeah, both teams taking their opportunities. We said the Welsh needed to be more clinical, and they've certainly shown that. Into the 22 and come away with a try, but Scotland have an answer. They're straight back at them, looking to get the ball into their winger's hand. They showed last week that they've got pace in abundance, especially with Poppy Mellenby coming on into that 15 jersey.
I need a bit more stability here, okay? Let's hold our weight. Yeah.
That was pure Rona Lloyd from Poppy Mellenby, wasn't it?
Yeah, rangy runner.
Hold, okay?
Looked to open up, doesn't look like she's trying that hard to run that quickly, and she just seemed to eat the distance up, but it was well tackled by Hannah Marshall.
Second. 3. Bind. Yeah, hold it. Set. Stable. Yeah, buzzing.
Short ball to Bell. The inside centre makes good yards off the side of the scrum. Sian Jones kicks to touch.
Freya Bell got through a lot of hard yards last week. When the forwards seemed to run out of steam, she was the person that held her hand up and got her team to go forward. And it's going to need to be the same today. She needs to share the workload in this heat. Scotland are going to look to move this Welsh pack around, but if Freya Bell can help step up and share that, it will definitely help her team out.
Scotland's line out, not quite cleanly taken, but they get it back and the same play can be used. Now it goes to the floor. Wales on the counter, and there's a few numbers here for Jason is one of them. Good speed on the outside, excellent wrap around. It's Wilkinson once again. She's sizing up the backfield. Scotland with hands on the ball on the floor, but enough support for Wales. Marshall into the hands of Oren. Marshall again, still good quick ball with Bell to work with here. The gap is there again, lovely speed on the outside. Wales racing away here to score another, and this one is an absolute beauty from the whole team, but signed off by Seren Singleton. Wales cut loose in Ystrad Minac.
And it all came from turnover ball just on the outside of their 22. Lovely break down the left-hand side by Molly Wilkinson, and then just the speed. Stella Oren sets it up in the middle, and Seren Singleton still had a lot of work left to do. A wonderful in to out and pace to burn.
Marshall converted the first effort from in front of the sticks. Sets that off in the right direction, and she's nailed it. Wales get the maximum from their 2 tries. 14-3 they lead Scotland.
Lightning quick ball at the moment, and Sian Jones and Hannah Marshall are having a field day, just being able to play whatever option they want because it's there on a plate for them.
The complete try, really, from Wales. And Robin Davis puts that to the floor.
Blue scrum. Back we come here. 9.
We always used to talk about in analysis, speed of ball, quick balls, anything under 3 seconds. So from an attacking perspective, you're looking to have really clear movement, in quickly, drive past, allow the 9 to be able to play the ball away. And then from a defensive perspective, you're trying to slow it down as much as possible. So that 3-second marker was almost the gold standard for when I played.
Feels too early to be using the past tense for you, Amber, but it hasn't been that long.
No, it hasn't been that long. I'm glad I'm not playing today in this heat.
So Scotland push this to the corner.
Back on the goal line. Back on the goal line. Back.
H. Sutcliffe. Great throw to the back and then peeled away by Scotland. Lucy McRae had to check herself before charging forward. Russell. Wales are quickly off the line here. Fletcher looking for that quick ruck ball, but it's Welsh hands, it's Welsh precision over Scotland's endeavour.
Won the contest, okay?
characteristic of any Welsh side is their ability to get over ball at the breakdown. To negate that, Scotland need to do more work on the floor. So she's fallen and then she's presented that ball straight away, and it's there for the jackler to get. You almost need to use your body to hide that ball, get your hips up and over, and then really work hard to fight to get that ball back to your team. But it was too easy for the defence there.
Wakely, and her throw is pinched. Sutcliffe gets it back. Scotland on the turn. Lovely straightener from Ainsworth. Pirouette, and Buffy Latham keeps the ball. But Wales have it, excuse me. Evie Hill powers forward. And there's space here. And this is a chase on. Freya Bell leading the charge, Seren Singleton too. Scotland having to be quick here, and they really are, and that is brilliantly done again by Mellenby. Such good feet. Ainsworth, a little round the corner pass which didn't quite work, and Wales will have the scrum from it.
That was a lovely little option. If that pass gone to hand, they definitely would have got outside Savannah Picton-Powell in that 13 shirt, but it is risky playing in your own 22. You really need to be sure on your skills and get the basics right.
I'll come over here. Let's keep our space a bit better. Is that better?
Poppy Mellenby went toe-to-toe with Millie David last week, and she's shown how quick she is in this game, beating 3 or 4 Welsh chasers.
Break foot in.
Scotland do seem to churn out speedsters of the Poppy Mellenby ilk.
Set. Oh, keep it up.
It really is remarkable how many they can call upon. And the scrum gets a turn, so we'll have a reset.
I think when you get players like Fran McGee and Rona Lloyd in your senior sides, you've got role models to look up to and to emulate, and no doubt these players will look up to those girls, look up to them playing in the World Cup, and want to be there one day themselves.
Let's go. Crouch! Seconds! 3! Let's go, Scotland! Bind!
Another excellent position for Wales from which to launch from. Hannah Marshall is directly behind the scrum. It's picked up from 8 by Metcalf, and now they go to the left. Here's Marshall, there's options here, and there's a gap opening up, and the try will be scored by Picton-Powell. Sketched out on a chalkboard during the week and executed to absolute perfection.
These Welsh backs have come to play, wonderfully timed run, straight in line from Savannah Picton-Powell. She scored one last week, she gets another here. But it's just the timing of the run from Hannah Marshall, draws the inside shoulder of Flynn. And Savannah Picton-Powell's going to be hard to stop from there.
Conversion knocked over as well by Marshall. So she goes 3 from 3 from the tee, and that is the best kicking performance of the day so far across the 3 matches we've seen. No one has started with that level of accuracy, and 2 of them from difficult positions as well.
A wonderful timing of movement as well, which you're seeing. It's just allowing her to drift into that space, really draw in the defender, commit them, and then she's got the wherewithal to make the right pass, make the right decision and put her teammates away.
Sharon Jones clears her lines and clears really well. Scotland having not done really anything wrong at all, Amber, but finding themselves 18 points adrift.
Might take good time now.
Yeah, they really haven't done much. But I think it's the way the Welsh have started. They were a bit stuttery last week, but they're in full flow now. They look like they've clicked. Their forwards are making game line. The ball's clean at the breakdown. The backs, the timing is much better. They seem to have those connections, which it just means that in those wide channels they can get over the game line, which then makes the forwards' job easier. It looks like it's a more complete performance for them in the first 20 minutes. Like they're sharing the load backs and forwards.
At the first water break, 21 points to 3. I mean, when teams set out at the start of a match to start quickly and lay down a marker and get points on the board, all of those things have been ticked off by Wales. It's been an unbelievable beginning.
Yeah, and they've got some changes to their lineup as well, so it's about them trying to bed in, and you want them to bed in quickly, and they've definitely done so. I think Hannah Marshall's been really good at 10. We've already spoken about her. Kiara Pearce played a lot of minutes last week. Again, fitting into that back row really well. Buffery, Latham, Metcalf, I think were fantastic last week as well. So it's just about them driving themselves around the park, but not getting bored with the way they're playing. Sometimes when you're up on the scoreboard, you then start to do things out of character or not to the game plan, but Wales just need to show that they can stick, be pragmatic, start to open up their expansive rugby, but stick to the game plan because it is working for them so far.
In your time, Amber, international rugby and club rugby, have you come across times when you've been in teams and teams have just got bored of the way they've been playing, the success they've been having, and they've tried to tweak things and undone themselves? Is that a common concept?
Yeah, I think sometimes when you're quite heavy up on the scoreboard, you then start to play, but you mostly see it from individuals that start to do a little bit too much, or that half gap where they were drawing and giving in the first half, they then start to take it on themselves and they get tackled, and you find your attack starts to get stifled a little bit, errors start to happen, people overrun things, and that timing's a little bit off because everyone's half an eye on the gap for themselves. So it's just about, I'm still playing for my team, here's the game plan, and trust yourself that you're still going to make those right decisions. So yeah, I think it's more of an individual thing that you see start to happen. I think conversely as well, if you're in the Scotland camp, the same thing can also happen. So it can happen when you're up on the scoreboard. Slightly different mindset, but it can also happen when you're down on the scoreboard, when you're trying to fix the game, you're trying to do too hard, you're trying to be the hero for your team, and the simple things, you almost play yourself out of the game because you're trying to do everything. So for Scotland, yes, Wales have started strong, but they went toe-to-toe with England last week. They've got some good gameplay. Like you say, they haven't done much wrong. They just need to keep building, and then when they get an opportunity, that's when they can strike. But they don't need to overcomplicate things at the moment because there's still 60 minutes to play.
We restart with a Scottish line out. The ball all over the place for Scotland. They don't give away, as I say that, they do give away an accidental offside.
Penalty, red. Blue 9 ahead of the ball, back 10.
So Rihanna Darroch picking the ball up in front of the player that knocked it on. And Hannah Marshall has knocked that a good 30 metres up to the 22.
Blue on the line, please. Red, I need you in quicker. I need you in quicker, please. Okay. 5. Red in. Okay, 1 sec. Red, I don't want to ask you again. Okay, I need you in quicker. And they're on the line, and your mark is there.
We saw this a couple of times from Wales last week. They're setting their back row inside and outside their 13, probably looking to use them as targets in that midfield.
Great take from Terry at the peak of her stretch. This is in Picton Powell's hands now. She makes a half break.
Advantage when forward.
Offload is a good one now. Metcalf has picked and gone and scored. Beautifully handled by Bran Metcalf. She was down, she was up, and then she was over. Wales with a 4th try.
It's a wonderful bit of play. She seemed to have all the time in the world to put it down, pick it up again and get off. I think she's shown how physical she can be, but didn't need too much there. Just a bit of nous in terms of knowing the rules. Release the ball before you get up, and then you can continue to play.
From that kind of distance, Marshall comfortably makes it 4 from 4 for her. And Wales lead Scotland 28 points to 3 of all the teams we've seen today. France, Italy, England and Ireland. No one has set this kind of tempo from the start of a match. Davis takes it. As we restart going down Robin Davis's territory. Marshall, too much fizz on the spin pass. And that gets put to the deck. Scotland's in a good position here, but a forward pass.
There's a forward pass there, okay? Scrum. Mark's good. Okay. Let's keep our binds long, please. Elbows up.
In the senior Six Nations encounter this year, Scotland beat Wales 24-21. I'm sure many of you remember that one. A terrific encounter in Edinburgh. Red cards to Georgia Evans and then Evie Gallagher on the Scottish side of things.
Free kick coming up early.
Scotland just sneaking it. They've got a long way to go in this one. Can they start to claw their way back already? Here's the hole, here's Mellenby, and she hits the gas. Taken down well though by Wilkinson. Gliding break again from Scotland's fullback. Carry from Kubra, the number 8. Here's Twigger. And here's Sutcliffe. No real yards made. And the ball slows down. So Charlotte Russell endeavours to improve her side's position, but she's knocked back again. Now Ainsworth on a left to right break. That's when she can be so dangerous. Mellenby ships it on, hoping for more numbers outside her. Reaches Sutcliffe again. Isabel Twigger. DeRock waiting for the numbers to come round the corner. And they come hard as well. Twigger with a great drive. That's broken the defensive line. But that isolates her as well, and Wales pounce.
It's a lovely run, but that's where you have to look after the ball. You have to do more to protect it. See, she falls on her side really early, which exposes the ball. Jackler can see it the whole time, which makes it an easy target. If Scotland look up at the breakdown, there is space in behind. There's no one from Wales. They're sat either side of the ruck, but there's no one protecting that space through. We've seen Chloe Correa in the last game go through a couple of times, and the Welsh are leaving that space free. So if Scotland need another option, especially in those tight channels, they can go through the middle, and I think they'll find some change from it.
The line is going to be the middle of the line. Is that all right? We're just time's off now. Play it down. Time back on. Players up. So keep that gap there, please. Tempo. Here you will. Yeah. Are you the receiver? Okay, then back, please. Thank you. She's a receiver. It's a 4. Okay? In, please.
Wales do secure that at the end of it all. Kiara Pearce was the link player. Freya Bell with a good carry off the back of it. There's Wakely and Marshall, good distance on the pass. Wilkinson and Singleton. And Singleton away and free. And looking for support after taking on Mellenby. Here is support in the form of Evie Hill in the starting team after a bench roll last week. Ball's ripped off her though by the Scottish forwards. Russell, she can ride any amount of big tackles on her. Always seems to come away with a yard or two. Lovely soft hands. And Sutcliffe with a nice pass too to find Fletcher. Have Wales nicked this on the floor? No. Ainsworth, charged down though. This is racing away from everybody. Picton Powell putting good pressure on.
Off feet. Let them come into the contest, okay? And Marcus here. Hold.
The Ruck wanted that to go quickly. And she got it moving, but had to be tidied up by McRae. Not a great pass. Now Sutcliffe. Back to the side of the pitch where there's a fewer players but more space, and that's a nice one too between the Scottish back 3 players. Mellenby was waiting for it, but a forward pass in the process.
Too telegraphed at the moment for Scotland. The 4 pods are carrying, but they're too flat, so they're not taking any momentum into the collision. And it's so easy for the Welsh defenders to get a double shot in, and it's just making it really hard for the Scottish to build into their play. They're constantly on the back foot. It's really hard as a playmaker. If that ball is slow, you feel like you're running out of options. They just need to tidy up that breakdown and have a little bit of deception in their play. They need to get their timing of runs a little bit better. The Welsh have shown how you can do that, how you can have short lines play at the back, use the decoy runners, so they just need to find that timing a little bit, and it will help them gain a foothold in their attack.
Do need that foothold to come in the urgent post. Wales knocking on half an hour with this kind of a lead and maybe looking to stretch things as well. Wilkinson, beautiful dummy for Jason to her left. She takes on the sweeper and keeps going. Molly Wilkinson in a tussle with Lisa Brown, and she's eventually taken down. And Wales and Metcalfe are arriving in numbers. Stella Orrin, it's ripped off Orrin, and Scotland can release the pressure. But for Jason is going to get to this first. Has she knocked that on? No. And recovers that as well as you can do. And there's space here again, and Scottish players will be out on their feet here. And here's Marshall, and this is Picton Powell, and she tucks the ball under her arm to scoot around the edge and send another one home. And Wales are just blisteringly hot right now. They are leading Scotland a merry dance in Ystrad Minack.
Lovely bit of play for Jason. Might be a bit annoyed at Molly Wilkinson. It was a lovely dummy through the gap, and it was a simple 2v1 for Jason running on her left, Seren Singleton on her right. She decided to go herself and got caught. Scotland looked to have saved themselves and clear their lines, but the Welsh seem so composed, completely different side to last week. When they get in their opportunities, they're taking them. Hannah Marshall with a really well-timed pass to Savannah Picton Powell. She goes over for a second.
Marshall does what she's been doing all day. 5 from 5. Wales leading Scotland 35 points to 3. Trouble ahead for this most recent Welsh try.
It's off the foot on the second time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just wait.
This is the best angle, but we'll show you another one.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah, knock on there off the coach and then a slight touch of the fingertips going forward. So it's going to be a scrum to blue at that mark. No slide. Agree? Everyone happy? Yeah. Shani, agree?
In real time, it didn't quite look right when Fajersan got back, but it seemed like she got away with it.
There's no try.
Well, let's rewind the tape and go back to where we were when Nia Fajersan bought the ball. It's unfortunate for Wales.
Restart. We're going to go over here for the mark. For the scrum. Blue. Back we come. Here's our mark.
Scottish scrum.
Blue scrum.
An important intervention from the TMO for Scotland.
Let's go, girls. Now you. In the tunnel, please. Stay there, please, now. 3 seconds. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Scotland scrum, really impressive against England and looking very solid against Wales as well. Ainsworth, Mellenby, nicely worked. Now Norval, who we haven't seen much of today, Emily Norval, taken into touch.
Really good tackle by Picton Powell. Norval showed that she had the pace last week, but also the ability to finish under pressure. It's a wonderful try she scored in the corner against England.
Davis takes the line out, and they have the advantage as well. So they can play on. Picton Powell hit hard in the midfield. Marshall, she's charged down by McRae.
Back we come. 5 offside. Let's go, girls. Let's go, let's go. 5 blue. You must be in line with the ball. Take steps, please.
Shift change in Wales's line-out with Rosie Carr on the field, but she again finds Davis, no problems. Lovely pass from Jones, not so much from Hannah Marshall on that occasion. But Freya Bell doesn't knock it on. Metcalf almost with a remarkable catch, but not quite. Lily Crisp is on in the 20 shirt for Scotland. Sutcliffe. Ainsworth. Big miss pass, and that opens up the hole, but then lurking to to get the ball back is Bell. Scotland's pinched through here and have picked that up nicely. Good hands as well onto the right-hand side, and then breaking the line goes Gunderson, and she's away. Merrin Gunderson takes on for Jason, who gets her legs. Good carry from Merrin Gunderson. Can it spark Scotland over the line for the first time? Gunderson is on the right-hand side. Instead, it's Russell to the left that Scotland go to. Sutcliffe picks up and passes. Darroch very happy to let the forwards choose where they want to go next. They're in the shadows under Wales's posts here, but Wales fight them away. Ainsworth. Flynn, the captain for Scotland. Good drive from the centre. Darroch moves this swiftly on, and this is good hands as well. Fleming that was. Scotland needing to make this attack count, and here's Russell. She makes more yards than it ever looks possible, and she's over the line here again, but Wales hold her up.
Great patient defence by Wales. Well organised, numbers on feet, they're working hard to get off the floor, organise. Some great double shots. And then they just get their knees under Russell there to prevent her from getting the ball down. But Scotland either need to get a latch in or have a bit more deception in their play. At the moment, they're just sending one out runners on their own into two Welsh defenders, and they're coming off second best. So they need to double up in that collision, get a little bit more momentum, adjust their body height, get low and really drive and attack the line, and you'll start to build a bit of a rumble on, which means that the Welsh defence can't get set as easily.
So Lottie Buffery-Latham is the player in picture here, receiving treatment.
Trying to work out if Seren Singleton's wearing line-out lifters and what plan Lisa Burgess has at the line-out.
So she has them on, confirmed, does she?
Well, it looks like she's got two bits of tape, and I've not seen anything strapped up like that before.
Keeper watching brief on that one. Seren Singleton, the right winger. Yep, be good to see that in action.
Is it still on? Okay, back we come. I'm having signal time on. We're waiting for this player to get off safely, right? That's fine then, okay?
So that is Buffery-Latham.
Alright.
Unfortunately, her afternoon seems over. Kat Stewart coming on in her place.
Always on my whistle, alright? Thanks. Behind the ball, please.
That was a wonderful goal line drop out by Hannah Marshall.
Okay, behind the kicker. Yeah.
So she's come over to this 15-metre channel, just means she can get more distance. If you kick from under the sticks, it's really hard to find that distance that you want to get. So she's in a perfect position, and she found grass as well over the Scottish heads.
She does strike the ball so sweetly. Wales is number 10. And here is Scotland's number 10, Ainsworth, who can dance around the place and keep the ball alive effortlessly. Scotland move it to the right again. This is Crisp. Ainsworth. That's a lovely line. Mellenby's through. Here she goes, weaving away, and then passing to Ainsworth, who steps to score. Scottish class comes through in the end. They couldn't have left it any later than this, but that was a beauty.
We've seen this a couple of times so far. Poppy Mellenby's timing at the line is wonderful. Ball by Katie Ainsworth. She just comes from out to in, which blindsides the defender, attacks that inside shoulder. And she hears the call from her fly half on her shoulder. That's wonderful play by Scotland. Really simple, but executed superbly.
Lucy McRae to try and take Scotland into double figures. So important. They got something before half-time. And McRae wasn't far away from making it all 7, but just to the right she puts it. So Scotland cut the deficit to 20, Wales 28, Scotland 8. Time still to run though in this half.
Just see her change her angle of run there and head back in towards where the ball's come from. Lovely time in a pass to put Ainsworth away.
So Hannah Marshall gets Wales going again. Once more it's contestable, and once more it's taken by Fajasan. Brilliantly done by the left winger. And once again they can ask questions of Scotland on their own 22. Sian Jones, Marshall, Kat Stewart freshly on and putting herself to good use. Marshall kicks her heels, drops it off her teammate, but that doesn't go to hand. Oren, Robin Davis, who's gone through plenty of work for Wales in this first half. The lock forward. Picton-Powell, good hands onto Singleton. Here she is on the edge and getting it back inside Picton-Powell. It's almost brilliant. It's almost in the hands of Wilkinson, but not quite.
Sure. Time. About 2 minutes. Less. Okay. Into the last minute. Okay,
Didn't quite stick there, but I think Molly Wilkinson's had some really good touches coming into the line at 15. She has played in that fly half shirt, has played in the centre role, so she understands the game. She's got really good distribution skills. And I think her catch pass is just unlocking the wingers and allowing them that free space just to beat Scotland on the edge, meaning they can get in behind and build momentum. I think she's been a really good addition in that 15 shirt for Wales.
Scotland penned into this corner of the field.
And use it, gone out. There, it's there. She's out.
On their own try line, Ainsworth. Good break.
There now, coach. Back foot, back foot. Back foot.
Darroch. Singleton brings it in field, keeps 2 hands on the ball to give herself options. Anna Broses to just take the contact, and she does. And Wales go from right to left here. Another good line from Wilkinson. Haven't the 2 fullbacks shone in this first half? Here's Picton-Powell, it goes backwards. She gets a second chance here. And again that's gone backwards. Kat Stewart. Marshall. Scotland just with a disjointed defensive line.
It's there, it's right there.
Metcalf.
No, good contact.
Cleans out the captain to ensure the possession would stay in Welsh hands. Lowry Williams is knocking down all sorts of doors. Marshall sweeping with Davis, who flicks it almost out the back. Instead, it goes to floor, and Sian Jones arrives. Takes it quickly, Sian Jones.
We're in front of the mark. front of the mark, okay? Couldn't give it to you.
So if this first half is going to come to a close here, it's going to do so with Wales having a tilt at the try line.
Blue on the edge here, please. No, on the mark. And we got to go, please. Don't come down, Blue, till my hand comes down. In red now. On the line, please, Blue. No contest, hold.
Taken down by
Legal, yeah, good
Wales.
Hold here, hold. No, you've gone early.
Freya Bell
Well done.
has to
It's okay.
reset her run slightly, but makes a few yards. Metcalf is here, but doesn't come to her. Sean Jones zips it away. Marshall now, Picton Powell. Singleton for Jason, picks it up well. Off her feet. Jones. Lily Terry in that 5 jersey for Wales. How good for Wales if they were able to cancel out Scotland's first try by finishing the half with a score of their own. It's been a wonderful half for Wales. Nothing will change that here. And it might get a little bit better here. His single turn. Cat Stewart twists and rolls towards the line. They are right up to the whitewash here. Little slip pass. Davis over. But not quite down. And that is the half. So Scotland holding firm at the very end of it, but the half, the 40, belongs to the 15 of Wales. They have been terrific at Ustad Minac. A stunning performance so far. 4 times they've crossed, all 4 converted by the fly half Hannah Marshall, who is constructing things very, very nicely. It's been a show of strength from the host, Sandra.
Yeah, they've been really good. They've been clinical when they needed to. They've played with such tempo and had so many options, and the forwards and backs have been combining, and they just seem to have been on the front foot, and they've stayed on top. Scotland have been under all sorts of pressure and can't seem to find a foothold for their own game to get something started. This was Wales' opening try. Molly Wilkinson with a lovely line. And they've just done the basics really well. People running on, timing their movement. Their wingers have had lots of balls, showing what pace they've got. They've been strong in the contact. And Seren Singleton had a bit of work to do there, but a lovely in to out. And it's just simple fix and give that's allowing them to have so much space on the outside. Then this was straight off the training park. Savannah Picton Powell profiting on that blind side. Wales swinging back, Scotland chasing the wrong way. You can just see the back row all flooding to the wrong side, and a really sharp line cut by Picton Powell. I think Wales have been really smart as well in their gameplay, and Metcalf showing it there. Just having that feeling that no one else is around her. She had all the time in the world to release the ball, get back to her feet and play. I think that's kind of been the story of Wales' half. They've just been a little bit sharper from Scotland, but Mellenby's probably been one of the standouts for Scotland. A lovely out to in line, catching the Welsh defence, and simple 2v1 puts Ainsworth away.
What a beauty this one was. Mellenby has had other chances as well that just haven't stuck, but more of those required from Scotland in the second half. Do that though, and they could still yet be in with a chance. But at half-time in Ustad Minac, it is Wales 28, Scotland 8.
tomorrow,
Wales head back out onto the field at Ystrad Minna with a calculation to do. How to back up or even to better that first half of theirs. It's led them to a 28 points to 8 lead over Scotland. It might well have been more than that as well. One of their tries scratched off for a knock-on in the build-up. Scotland after that scoring a try of their own through fly half Katie Ainsworth. And that has just about kept them in the contest. Both these two nations looking for their first win in the Women's Under-20 Summer Series. And one woman who's been playing terrifically so far today. Really difficult to see how Hannah Marshall could better her first 40 minutes. Will get us underway. She will try nonetheless. She's 4 from 4 from the tee. She is orchestrating things beautifully at 10 for Wales. And that kick has been dealt with by Scotland. And Katie Ainsworth goes to work as well. Russell, the lock forward with that straightened line. Didn't have enough support with her though, so she has the ball turned over. Here's Metcalf, a try scorer for Wales in the first half, the captain. Still a teenager, just 18 years of age. Bran Metcalf leading this team. Good hands here. Wales have brought on Hannah Tudor for the start of the second half, wearing 23. Here's Davis, full of running, full of big collisions in that first half. There's space here as well, right through the middle. Here's Sian Jones, bundling into contact, lifting the ball just in hope there was a player near her. And Scotland have regathered themselves after that. Nice break though from Sian Jones. Rihanna Dorot won't get that ball back. Penalty Wales. They have picked up where they left off, Amber.
Picked up where they left off. Charlotte Russell seems to be struggling from that earlier collision. There was a lovely break by Sian Jones, just spotting the Scottish defence, getting high on the outside, and like any good scrum half, throwing the dummy and running through. She's a quick player, so I'm surprised she didn't go for some footwork on the fullbacks. She tried to go route one and then look for the speculative offload, but really good play by Wales. You sense that Scotland really need to strike early in this game to build their confidence, but Wales have other ideas.
It was a decent bump though that she delivered.
Here's a decent bump as she threw the forearm down in there. I think Robin Davis has also been fantastic in that Welsh pack. She's taken some tricky kickoffs, got her team on the front foot, put her hand up to carry at the axis of their pod more often than not and gain gay line. So yeah, I think she needs to continue to do what she's been doing in that first half for her team.
Charlotte Russell still down and receiving treatment.
Say that again for the liner.
And when you're working with younger players and looking at their potential, what are the characteristics you want to see the most out there? Because someone like Charlotte Russell, she's not as physically built as other players her age, in the second row especially, but there's so many qualities there that obviously Scotland admire and have seen her in the starting team 2 games out of 2 now. But for yourself, what are the qualities that are more important than the physical side of things at this age?
She's one of Scotland's standout players in the game last week. I think for your position, you're looking at, we call them A-box skills and B-box skills. The A-box skills are things that you need to have in your position. So hooker, for example, you're looking at their ability at set piece and to throw in. And then the B-box skills, you're then looking at their handling ability and everything else that it covers the basics of them as a rugby player. And I think those are the things that you really need to double down on. The physicality will come after years of training, more time in the gym. But it's about their game understanding, their awareness, their skill set. Those are the things that I'm really looking at, especially when I'm coaching at Bristol Uni. Those are the things that really set players apart, the things that really stand out to me when I'm looking at them.
Wales at the front of the lineup, they shift it to the back, and that helps them get a little nudge on here. Scotland have now set themselves, but Wales still fold through, right through and all the way, and they're scoring again. Wales still with the bit between their teeth. They are unrelenting, and it's the pack this time that have got the job done. Set piece perfection from Wales.
Sure, shift drive for them last week, and another one out the playbook. If it worked for them then, it's going to work for them now. Lots of numbers in, well set maul. Good body height, just swinging around to the left. I think Rosie Carr's made a really good impact since she's come on as well. She had a couple of big carries at the back end of the first half. From playing with her at Bristol as well, she's a quality player. She's made a real impact for her team.
100% from the tee so far. Hannah Marshall. And that proud statistic ends there, but she nonetheless has seen her team record another 5-pointer after Rosie Carr's try.
Hold, whenever you're ready. Hold.
Ainsworth puts that 15 metres into Davis's path again. Every single restart, it seems, has been claimed by Wales's Robin Davis. Nice backdoor offload. Marshall deep behind the game line of Wales, but they have worked this beautifully well. Savannah Picton-Powell just tantalisingly offering the ball and then collecting it herself. Here's Tudor. She gets taken down well by Mellenby. More purposeful attack from Wales. Metcalf puts her head down, playing with the advantage here, the Welsh. Wide pass to get this to Carr and Singleton, and the skills are good from Kat Stewart for Jason.
Hold.
Sean Jones.
Still your advantage.
Now they move into the...
Forward pass. No advantage. Back here.
Getting the replacements involved, but we'll come all the way back.
Perfect. Offside. Time off. Player down, okay? Yep. Nice
Come
one.
back for the injury on the far side for Wales.
Okay, thanks. And Mark's good here, Josh.
Seren Singleton, who's down
For offside, yeah. Yeah.
for Wales, maybe.
Yeah, she's been looking electric every time she's touched the ball. Lots of pace to burn, strong in the contact for a slight player. It's the first time Wales have pulled the trigger and gone straight from 10 to 12 out the back of that pod. Guilty of being a little bit lateral in that game last week, but they seem to have straightened out their lines. They're set wider earlier, which means they can attack back at the ball, which makes it harder to defend. I think Molly Wilkinson has had a huge part to play in that. If you watch her as she comes round the corner, she doesn't continue that arc towards the touchline. She squares her outside shoulder and really attacks the line. And Scotland have to stick in defence, and she's just pulling in defenders, which is allowing her then to free space up for her teammates on the outside.
Time on. Water off, please.
Singleton makes her way a little gingerly back to her right wing.
Blue on the line. Keep that gap, please.
What will Wales plan from here? Carr with the line out once more, having just scored from the rolling Maul Wales. Davis, they pick it off the back, and then humming at speed is Picton Powell, who turns and scores. Picton Powell, an unstoppable force this afternoon for Wales. And she cuts a beautiful line again, bashing Scottish players out of her way as she goes.
And this is a result of the dominance of the Welsh Maul in that first half. Scotland are there prepared, they want to go and hit it. They peel off the back, and Picton Powell runs a lovely out to in line directly at that seam, so the disjoint between the backline defender and the edge of that Maul. And a really strong finish from her, but the Welsh four-pack have earned that for their dominance at set piece. They've shown a shift drive, they've shown the driving Maul, and another little variety there, little back peel, using their centres to come and hit that short line.
Marshall lines it up. It's a nice strike of the ball, but not going through the post this time. Wales 38, Scotland 8.
Hold. Good.
Ainsworth kicks these beleaguered Scottish sides off again. 30 points adrift now, with 30 minutes left to play. Somehow Scotland have to find a resolve to be able to compete with Wales at the moment. Mellenby, she's been the brightest light for them. Another lovely foray down the blind side to then make yards. This is a big carry from Holly Wilson. Ainsworth, Russell, good pullback. McRae needs a lot of help and does find it in the end. Megan Hyland. Counter ruck is a big one, and just bowling over Rihanna Darroch, who gets a penalty and gets going. Russell, Mellenby chips it over. In the far right-hand corner is Flynn, who gathers it, and then Flynn keeps her feet and beats one of the tacklers. Scotland have forged their way forward well here. Now can they make this count? Zamir.
Take a step. Take a step.
Highland again. Wales looking a little bit ragged in defence now, and again Scotland find a hole, and that's Holly McIntyre. Ainsworth, good chance here. McRae, miss pass, gets it done, and Freya McColl crosses for Scotland. They just had to find something, and they found Freya McColl.
It's a lovely, well-worked try. The crossfield kick for Flynn to chase. Not the sweetest of connections, but Scotland needed to show some variety. They've been telegraphed so far, which means that Welsh are coming up and shutting all their options down. But just a little bit of variety. Their forwards carried hard to get themselves on the front foot. And again, just that execution of the basic skills by their backs. Ainsworth coming round, attacking the line. McRae, an extra set of hands, and a lovely option to find that miss pass out to McColl, who finishes in the corner. Scotland just need to keep showing more of that variety. As the Welsh start to tire in defence, they'll make poor decisions, and then the Scottish can capitalise on that. But they have to believe that they can keep coming back in this game and show the variety that they've got.
Excellent conversion from out wide by McRae. Scotland now trailing Wales 38 points to 15.
Captain. I need you back an extra step at the hindmost foot. You're creeping up. Take an extra step back to the ruck, okay? Whenever you're ready.
Kickoff goes deep. And return carry from Highland. A very powerful one. She's getting through the running meters right now. Replacements hooker, Crisp. Really crisp with the last charge. Ball on the floor is good to be contested. Kaylee McHugh on for Wales. Excuse me, Darley Hopkins wearing 17 for Wales. This bounces back off. Wales now Buffery Latham. Knock on though from the Welsh. Siobhan Daly is going to have a word with both parties.
One of any actors. Warning, warning, cut it out. No need, okay? Thank you. Keep an eye on the line.
That's from the Swift disciplinarian playbook, that one.
We've got eyes up here, so
stamp it out early. It's definitely too hot to get involved with any afters as well. Just focus on the game you're playing and save your energy.
It is too hot for your arguing, that's for sure.
Red 9, stay in the scrum, please. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Scotland dig in. Easy pass for Durrock, but she hits it too high for Katie Ainsworth to take cleanly. So any plans that Scotland had off the back of that scrum have to be remade and rehashed. Gunderson. Good direct carry from the blindside flanket. Ainsworth. Russell. Chase downfield, which Freya McColl is involved with here. She now pushes in to try and track Wales as they go right across from right to left. And for Jason, sees a gap. Big clear out on for Jason, and that keeps the ball quick here for Wales. And Scotland have intercepted. And into touch they are put.
Time off, play down. Let's go and check now, okay?
Amber, what's your
just check the tackle there for me, Jenny, please.
Interpretation from afar of Wales and Scotland having developed in recent time, going professional, bringing in contracts? Obviously England have had those for a much longer time, but the development of the professional side of the game in both those countries, how would you assess where they're at the moment?
Yeah, I think obviously the Red Roses is still well ahead, but there's going to be a couple of years lag just because of how early England went in terms of the professional contracts. As a professional rugby player, from my perspective, it just allowed me to recover better. I still did almost the same amount of sessions, but it just means that one, you get more time together as a team, so you can develop your gameplay and your structures a little bit easier. You get to recover, so you can go harder in training, so you find that physical edge. I think for Wales and Scotland now, they're starting to close up, and you can see how competitive the Six Nations is. I think the difficult thing now is to reel in that Red Roses side. I think the French are very close. You've seen the pathway that the French have in place. When those age group players come into that senior team, they're going to be a really dangerous prospect. And I think with the Celtic Challenge coming in for these younger players as well to help develop them, get them more competitive games, including this tournament, the Under-18 Six Nation tournament as well, I think that's going to be really good for the future of the senior sides. You can see they're starting to develop, you can see they're starting to put better performances in year on year. It is going to be hard to close that gap. still think they're a couple of years off left, but if you see the quality of players that they are now producing, they're some of the best players in the world. So yeah, the gap's definitely closing, which will make the Six Nations a better prospect as well.
These are the only 2 angles that we have for you.
For me, there's head contact, there's foul play. It's high degree
This
of
is
danger.
Sean Jones we're seeing here, going into contact and maybe going head on head
There's a bend
with her
by
opposite
the
number.
defender. It meets a yellow card threshold, a 20-minute bunker review. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree. Sorry. Yes, I agree.
Would you agree? Would you agree? Okay. Decision. Red 9. Is that correct?
Red 9. Yes.
Siobhan
Okay.
Daly comes back to deliver her
Captain.
verdict.
Okay, for me. Red 9, please. Red 9. Okay, we have foul play and head contact on blue 9 by red 9. It meets the yellow card threshold and a 20-minute bunker review. Okay. Red penalty over here. 20-minute bunker review.
Off the 10
Your penalty.
goes Sean Jones. That'll be a big blow to Wales, and the bunker review to come as well to see if that gets upgraded
Our mark is.
to
Just get
a
the right mark, Jenny.
red card. We will see.
Is that correct?
It looked like a
on the
pretty
5,
nasty collision.
on the 22.
I think
On the
Sean
5 and the
Jones really
22.
marshalled
Okay.
her,
Who's the
and
mark?
Hannah Marshall have been
High
really good in
tackle.
that halfback pairing. There's been lots of quick ball. Her delivery into her halfback partner has been super quick. So I think Wales will really miss her in terms of their attack.
Yeah, certainly, even if it's not upgraded, then Welsh momentum you would suspect is going to
Here's your mark.
be delivered a bit of a blow here.
Here's your mark.
Welsh pinch the line out. Picton Powell, or Singleton rather. This is Picton Powell. Good take from behind her by Hannah Tudor. Scotland's almost taking that off the floor. Picton Powell
Okay, it's going to
picks
be a
and
knock
goes.
on by red. Just there. You tackle.
But to Wales's benefit, Seren Singleton is still on the pitch, and she does have scrum half experience. So scrum half is quite a pivotal position. You kind of need someone who knows what they're doing, and Wales have a player who is on that understands that.
Singleton is looking over at the bench to ask certain questions.
Let's keep that scrum up,
She's not going to be sent towards the scrum just yet.
Get your feet underneath you. Get the ball out, okay? Crouch! Bind!
So can Scotland launch a campaign to fully and properly get back into this match now?
18. Collapse.
25 minutes remaining.
It's good there.
I've made my decision on the
23
bunker
points
wherever you
behind
ready.
Wales.
Time off. Time off. Yes, Jenny, over to you.
So, it's remaining a yellow card. The reasons being that there was head contact, but it was low force, low speed, and there was mitigation.
Thank you, Jenny. Okay. Captain, the yellow card is remaining a yellow card. It's not been upgraded. Low force with mitigation, okay? It's remaining a yellow card, okay? We're not upgrading it to a 20, okay? Minute red, all right?
So that's the bunker review that comes in. TMO checks it in the background just to try and help speed the game up, but they've decided that it doesn't meet that red card threshold. Not enough force and mitigating factors, so we will see Sean Jones again in this game.
Blue 6 and 9, okay? We're way over here. I'll set your mark now. Just hold for me now, okay? I'll set the mark. Here's your mark.
Scotland and Russell prepare at the front, and it does go to Russell, but not cleanly.
Advantage, knock on.
Welsh ball.
No advantage. Mark it here. Knock on. Here's our mark.
Seren Singleton will go at scrum half, Amber. Would you expect the Welsh to try and continue to play uninhibited despite being without Sean Jones? Or will they clip their own wings?
I think they've got enough variety in their game. They've obviously got a buffer on the scoreboard. I think they just need to play smart. If it's on to go, I think they have shown the qualities to do so. They've got enough pace and power in that back line to cause some problems still, even though they're a 9 down. But I think they can keep playing as they have done.
It's a lovely pass from Singleton, isn't it? Off the base. Coming right through, though, on Emily Love with Scotland. It's still with Wales and for Jason.
Advantage, knock on.
And they're playing with the advance again. Singleton getting used to a new position. Big carry in the midfield.
Okay, we've an offside. Red, you're in front of the ball.
But Wales
Red
were
offside
offside.
in front of the ball. Okay, no advantage. We're going to come back for the first knock
This
on.
is the collision.
By blue, and then you're offside, okay? Scrum. There was an offside by blue, she's in front of the ball, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so then it's offside. So we couldn't play advantage. It's just going to be a scrum. We're going to go back to the original scrum.
Scotland's
No
Aisha
advantage, okay?
Zamir, who
Scrum.
felt the full force of that.
Here we go.
She's back on her feet and into this scrum.
Here's our mark. Focus to the left of the mark, please. Get those elbows up high. Yeah, push better. Elbows up high. Long, high binds. No problem.
3 seconds.
Crouch. Bind. Set. That's a second. 18 down.
Wales with problems at the scrum now.
Change your weight.
Scotland's new
Play it.
Emily Love. Wales have turned this over now themselves.
Watch, don't dive.
Dolly Hopkins that time for Jason.
Tackle! Back.
Robin Davis, guess who? She's going again. Putting on her crash hat, heading into contact. Now Wales can construct something a little wider with Picton Powell. Anna Tudor was expecting to rock over, but she got the ball instead. Now here goes Darlie Hopkins.
Off your feet now.
Quality of Seren Singleton's passing off the floor is very, very high, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a quality player with a really good skill set.
Hold the advantage.
Hopkins runs forward, gets the advantage. That's Fionn Williams wearing 21 for Wales. They keep coming round the corner. Metcalf doesn't take that with her. Singleton has to try and tidy up.
I think the only thing Wales will need to consider is they've now lost a winger. So yes, Sean Jones has gone off, but she's been replaced by Seren Singleton. So towards the top side of your screen, Wales are down one player. So every time they play that direction, someone in their team needs to be that width. So they need to push into that 50-metre channel where they might not be as comfortable. But it just means that they have more attacking options.
Wales mistouched by a long distance. And the return is very lengthy indeed from Scotland. They're going to get themselves up to halfway. And intercepting the pass here. Wilkinson had to watch her own pass picked off there. Poppy Fletcher. Emily Love. McRae. Good line from Crisp.
Let it come. You're holding her in.
McIntyre here. Good draw and give, and McColl's away again. The support on the inside here. It's Mellenby, and she'll step the last and then race away. Scotland with another. And they have made Wales pay for the sin bin. On the edge, they find space in the end. And Mellenby, who else, finishes it off.
She's had a very good game. The backs do really well, create that 2v1 on the edge. And the thing that Scotland have done really well in this game, that every time that they've broken the line and they've had an opportunity to pull that 2v1 trigger, they have done, and they've come away with points again. I think Poppy Mellenby has been the standout player for Scotland so far in this game and really deserves that try.
So into the water break we go with the last quarter remaining, and Amber, for the first time in the match, it feels like Scotland might get something out of that. Are they still too far off for you to launch a realistic charge in the final 20 minutes?
They still have a massive mountain to climb. I think the last few minutes they've definitely shown a lot more promise. When they look to go and things click and they get their timing right, they look really dangerous. We're just not seeing enough of those moments throughout the game to launch that comeback. They need to get hands on, get the ball in Poppy Mellenby's hands and see what she can create. But the forwards, they still have to have that variety of line. They can't be easy targets for this Welsh defence to come up and get them. I think the Welsh just need to be a bit more front line, be a bit more pragmatic in their play, especially now they're on the yellow. They can still have the option to play and pull the trigger, but they don't need to pull the trigger every time. They can keep possession, frustrate the Scots. What you don't want to do from a Welsh perspective is allow the Scots to have a lot of possession, and then things start going their way, and then they pick up that confidence, and then they start to launch that comeback.
When everything goes your way like it did in the first half, I suppose that's where the temptation comes from, because everything they touch turned to gold, but it's never like that for a full 80.
It's never like that for a full 80, and it's that excitement that builds up. You're like, you throw something good, and you feel like everything, like you said, is going to stick. So it's just about being composed, because you're going to need those in that tough game. It's the ability of a team to make minimal errors and execute the opportunities that come. That's what sets top quality sides apart from everyone else. I think the Welsh have been really good at that so far. This 65 minutes, they've controlled the majority of the game, and now they need to, under fatigue, make smart decisions, and that's going to be the key for them.
Just 62 minutes left. That's okay, no, that's great, thanks for checking. You can just let me know when we're at the 5 and we're at the 3.
Everyone here today, particularly Welsh fans, have been treated to tries aplenty, so much to admire in every team's performance here. Had some great games today already. Italy going up against England, 15 points to 0. They led the English, but the English came back in the second half in emphatic fashion to win. And then we had the French pulling clear of Ireland after a very tight first half as well, where it was 17-12 at half-time to France. And then the French really turned the heat up in the second half. But tight encounters across each of the 3 matches until a certain point in the match, and that was really the 60-minute mark in both the England-Italy game and the French-Ireland game. But this is beyond the 60-minute mark, and this is maybe about to get even closer.
I think what's been great to see is every team's really stepped up their game from last week in much more testing conditions, but you can see teams are starting to build. They've had the luxury of one game, a bit of analysis, a second training week, and they're really putting that out in the park. So it's going to come to a head next week, and it's going to be an exciting finale if teams keep going this way.
So Wales get us going again after the last water break of the night. And Holly McIntyre has made decent haul of yards at return. Then Wales still down to 14 at the moment. Mellenby cuts through again. Now she's free. Sizes up where the space is and glides round Wilkinson. For Jason gets her, however. Great tackle from the winger. Mellenby again, causing so much havoc. It's spread across. Here's McIntyre. Good pass from Holly McIntyre to the right wing. It's popped back inside. Wales have gathered the ball back. And the tackle had to be made by Zamir.
It's not, back 16. Back 16's in the ruck.
So Wales just clear their lines. Now this has come off the foot all too far down the field, so Wales get it right back. Freya Bell with the carry. Haven't seen too much of her in recent minutes. Freya Bell. Scotland get it back on their side. Russell again onto the left-hand wing with McColl. Trying to scrum half from somewhere, and they get one here. Now this is lovely from Love. Russell's pass just a little too high. Ainsworth. Let's see a flash of those boots from Katie Ainsworth at some point that might be telling Wales take the interception, but will come all the way back. But why will we come all the way back? It was a high tackle from Wales.
That was another accept to Mellenby.
Decision? Here's your mark.
I think for anyone watching this, just look at the way Poppy Mellenby scans the defence in front of her. If you can see it on your screen, she takes her timing from the person she's getting the ball off, and it's that really late movement at the line. The two players I can think that are best in the world at it, Emma Orr and Emily Scarrett, fantastic at just that late movement drifting into the space.
Scotland secure the ball with Zamir. And Wales trying to lock them out completely and not give Scotland the hope that they would get from another score. It may still be faint hope, but nonetheless, they would be the side with the momentum. McRae. Ainsworth has to go in to secure the ball. Love picks some passes. Little short pass again. Wales at the moment. Watching Scotland and then taking the runners down. Aisha Zamir tackled again. They're not really coming on to this with enough momentum, Scotland, but when it gets out to the backs, things might change here. Ainsworth, McColl, it will. They'll skate in. McColl gets a double. And Scotland rising off the canvas against Wales. They move one step closer.
Fantastic decision to pull the trigger. And then again, just the basic skills, the fix and give. Ainsworth drifting around late into that space. We saw a really good example of Hannah Marshall doing almost exactly the same in the first half. And Saren Singleton just gets drawn into McRae. And McCall holds over it width really well and goes over for a second.
Are you at the screen?
No, what are you seeing now? Let's go to the screen, okay? Let's go to the screen for TMO check for the pass, okay?
Before we get to the conversion, the referees are just going to have a review of the try.
I have nothing evident, but I want you to check in to make sure what you're...
Is that the only angle?
I have 2 angles for you.
For me, the pass is fine. Flat. Great. Okay, Jenny?
If you're happy with it.
Happy, yes, yeah. Now, go. Try is good, yeah. That was just a water. Mark, good here? Yeah, just there, please. Perfect.
It's very reminiscent of the England-Scotland game with the TMO interventions from last week. But glad that one wasn't chalked off. Really simple skills by the Scotland backs. This is well within McRae's range out on the touchline.
McRae lands it. It is all 7 for Scotland. They move to within 9 points of Wales now. They are on the comeback charge, no doubt about it. 20 points down at half-time. Now they are just the 9 behind. They were 20 points up at half-time. They were then 30 points up into the second half, Wales. So this comeback has been swift and impressive from Scotland.
I think what will be a concerning thing for Wales is Scotland haven't had to string that many phases together to get their tries. They haven't had to really build into the double figures. They're breaking Wales a little bit easier than they did in that first 40.
Wales can still play it, no worry about that. Fionn Williams on at scrum half, but Sian Jones excuse me, has taken up her position at scrum half. Off the sin bin and back into the action. There's Tudor, and now Singleton back on the right wing. Jones, Williams, Metcalf, good carry and a great pass as well out of contact. This is in Iono's hands. Now Wales surely can put this match to bed with a score here. Singleton lays it back. Here goes Iono again, she's carried over. It'll take a check. But maybe Georgia Iono has got the score which sees Wales home.
Is this informal or formal? Formal. No try held up. And you want to check
the grounding before the held up.
Okay, and I'm checking grounding.
Thank you. Player injured.
Be another TMO check for a potential held up. And they'll check the grounding, but Wales not clicking quite as well as they did in that first 40. Timing's a little bit off, but it's just the amount of big ball carriers that are finding soft shoulders in that Scotland defence, which getting them on the front foot.
Yeah, it's held up as I thought. We're going to go with the goal line dropout, but there's a player injured there, okay?
So Wales not yet home and dry.
Are you okay, one?
The attempted try, held up by Scotland.
You okay? Okay. Time on, goal line dropout, behind the kicker, please. Behind. Yeah, off, please, medic off. Medic off the pitch, please. Off the pitch, thank you. Behind.
Ainsworth has to send it long, taken by Bell, and she's on the charge herself. Physical carry from the centre. Williams, Metcalf, Sian Jones, Williams again. Wilkinson looks for the gap herself. Jones goes back to the left-hand side. Metcalf, the captain, standing up and demanding the ball. Now they go a little wider. Scotland's come up, but it's still work to the edge. Here's for Jason, getting ahead of steam up near for Jason. What a run that is from the left wing. And now the next phase is here, and this will put it beyond doubt. Darlie Hopkins arrives at exactly the right moment, and that's the victory. A kiss on the forehead for Hopkins, and a try to cherish for Wales.
Just that sustained pressure that they've been able to build all match. Vijay just gets the big right-hand fend, beats two defenders, gets her team on the front foot off the edge. And this is Sian Jones' experience here, just a little snipe from the base, gets outside that bodyguard area. And Hopkins just runs hard and straight, and it's so hard to stop a player from there, especially one of her quality.
15 seconds, 21.
Ian Williams takes the conversion attempt, and she takes it very, very well. So Wales go out to 45 points to 29 against Scotland. And they stamp out hope of a Scottish revival. Great carry. Strongest carry of the game from Nirfa Jason.
Just slow it down, I am
Checking something, okay? Just have a TMO check. Just have a TMO, just checking potential high tackle.
I don't want you guys to leave before us. We've got quite a deal.
It's against blue and a tackle. We're not sure yet, just need to check this, just to make sure.
TMO has maybe spotted something whilst the try was being scored. From a Scottish perspective, I think.
Blind and go straight. Don't hinge in, yeah?
Siobhan,
Yeah?
I have a decision.
Yes?
I have no evidence to show that there is head contact.
Okay. Okay, no evidence. Okay, we play on. Okay, we play on. All right, whenever you're ready. Are you going left?
TMO just
Right, okay.
checking a Scottish
Hold.
tackle for potential head contact.
Hold! You can go. You can go.
So now Scotland do get going. Ainsworth.
Timing is good. Advantage. Blue off feet.
Scotland's restarts haven't been nearly as effective as Wales, who have reclaimed 3 of their restarts
Advantage.
today.
Blue off feet here. Slowing down. Yes.
It really depends on where you put that ball at the moment. Katie Ainsworth just isn't getting enough height to allow her
Blue, you're slowing
chasers to get
down.
underneath. If she wants her chasers to get underneath, she has to pull it
Please stay on
closer
your
to the
feet.
10. On the flip side, the Welsh have good hang time and in the right areas just outside that 10 metre, which has allowed her chasers to get underneath that ball.
14. Sub, please. She's got out. Turn back off. Okay. Good. Here's our mark. Take a step. In, please, first, okay? 2 meters. No, please. 2 meters. You need to be 2 meters. Come up to me, please. Thank you. Back. Thank you. In, please, Red.
Off the top go the Welsh again. Williams. Pass close to the line, but it was intercepted. Intercepted by McIntyre.
Use it.
Love. Over to McCall. But that itself was intercepted too. Now Tudor.
Okay, knock on.
Picton Palmer. It was Theon Davis who has come on to make that
Not off
intervention.
We'll go and we'll go for scrum the other side.
And Amber,
My mistake.
player of the match, right? Who has caught your eye today? The shortlist, if that's possible.
Poppy Mellenby, I think she's been a shining light in this Scotland team. She came off the bench from last week, started this week. She's been a great addition in that 15 role. Conversely, Molly Wilkinson, again, another addition from the bench to the 15 shirt for Wales. I think she's straightened the line really well from that backs perspective on the edge. But I think even though she played 50 minutes, Hannah Marshall is my player of the match. I think she got Wales off to a really good start. Off the tee, she was fantastic. Ball in hand, she got her team moving. Really nice touches, timing a pass. So Hannah Marshall is my player of the match.
So Hannah Marshall's teammates in her absence trying to reignite that magic that she had today from 10.
Hold.
Did Scotland get it back?
Throw it back in.
Ainsworth clears the lines. 5 minutes remaining between Wales and Scotland. And Wales having done what they needed to do to calm their own nerves, stop the Scottish fight back.
Hold.
Hopkins, the try scorer,
Went forward off the hand there.
overrunning that slightly.
Knock on. Time off, we have subs. Red 18, please. Blue 6. We're going on the 18 o'clock, yeah. Last 5. Say that again, please, Sophie. Thank you. Last 5 minutes, okay, let's work hard. Last 5 minutes. Come on. Better, again. Keep it up, that was good. Good right, good right. Long bind. Hold that line, please, yeah?
Let's go, Huntington. Let's go, Huntington. Edinburgh.
Bind!
Flanks go.
Going early, free kick.
Thank you.
So Emily Love with the free kick. That scrum. And still at 75 minutes, the collisions are noticeable. They are forceful, and
Yeah, for me too. Forward pass
Wales
for me.
fully committed in defence to forcing errors like that.
Scrum red, forward pass.
Can we go earlier between by this house?
Sure. Will do.
Just this side.
Yeah, I'll come this side there. Here we go. Here's our mark. You okay? There we go. Here's our mark. Let's get a stability back, okay? Let's get a bit of stability. Don't pull back, don't go forward. You hold your weight, okay?
Thank you. Let's go, guard. Yeah, let's go. Lash it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. 15's in the middle.
Bind! Set!
So the Welsh with Sosban Bach in their ears here at Ustad Minak. Try to keep the home fires burning and score some more to finish off on, but it's a bit scrappy in truth. And
Into
It's understandable as to why. It's been a high quality match. Would you say the highest, Amber, in terms of the skill level that we've seen today?
Yeah, I think the Welsh have been fantastic today. Really basic skills. They've executed well. They've shown great intensity throughout the match. Obviously, it's just died off a little bit, but it is hot and they're under fatigue. But I think this has probably been the most competitive game of the day.
Keep back up! Keep back up!
The nomination of Hannah Marshall as player of the match has gone down well, Amber. Big cheers for that one. And big cheers for that tackle from Molly Wakely. On a seek and destroy mission, the hooker.
Hold. Hello, good.
Ainsworth. Poppy Fletcher. Still looking for space, and so too is Twigger.
No 20 away.
A lot of Scottish forwards having done a full shift in this heat today.
Knock on.
Wales likewise, and they are still flying into contacts, aren't they, the Welsh?
We're lucky to have red scrum.
I think one thing this Welsh side isn't lacking is the physicality across the park, not just looking at that pack, but the backs. Freya Bell's had another excellent game as well in terms of her defence,
Let's work hard.
her
Last
carrying
minute,
ability
okay?
to get her team on the
Let's get
front
that
foot.
scrum. Keep it up.
No one in red is shying away from any physical battle today.
Keep it straight. Keep it up.
Let's go down.
I'll let you in a minute. Yep. In 8. Bind!
Yeah, Mark, go. Hold that line. Hold that line.
Sit!
Maybe a final chance for Wales here. Williams. Here is Bell. Rolls around and keeps it alive. Stewart, who's been busy since she came on early in this second half. Scotland have surely got this on the floor. They have. McIntyre, but illegally so.
You must release.
Now this is going to be a very happy sight for Wales. This line out with the score as it is.
Yeah, but we'll still have.
Yes,
Their
play
first
penalty.
victory of the campaign.
Time off, penalty. Player down.
Loading up.
Just wait for me to player down, okay? This is going to be your mark here. Keep that gap, please. Your mark
What can
here.
Wales finish with here?
Stay on that goal
Molly
line.
Wakely back on at hooker.
Stay.
Wales 7 metres out from Scotland's line. It's a challenge and it's over. And Scotland will clear this. Highland with that kick. Wilkinson looks for herself. If the bounce is good, Wilkinson will be in. She's taken down. Still has the ball though. Wales arrive in numbers. It's worked out splendidly for them after losing that line out. Wilkinson's kick and chase to set it up, and then something to toast at the end of it all. A long day's work in the sun in Ustad Minark ends with the Welsh hitting 50 points in front of the home gallery.
Thought Wales missed their opportunity from the line out, but it was a poor kick by the Scottish to clear. Lovely option by Molly Wilkinson to chip over top, and I think her and Fajaistan took each other out, and then it's just that Welsh pressure. They've been relentless all day, and they've showed it again to finish off the match.
Try score by Evie Hill. And Wales have done so well today to deliver on all that promise from last week. And not just deliver on that promise, but then add plenty on top of it with their performance in this match. A brilliant first half. And although Scotland came right back into things, they finished on a high as well. The Welsh off the mark in Ustad Minark. in the Six Nations Under-20 Summer Series. They have beaten Scotland 52 points to 29. So here's how things looked from the Welsh perspective in this second half. The forwards got the first, not so long after the second half had just begun, and Wales were over already. And Picton Powell added to that to put Wales in the lead by 30 points at this stage. 38-8, they were leading.
Thanks, cheers. Thank you. Thank you.
You're a great player. You're a great player. Thank you. Yeah, good. Thank you.
The Scots would come back into it pretty swiftly, and they had to. And they did that through Freya McColl. Not just once, but twice. This is the first of her tries. And then Poppy Mellenby popped up again to cause Wales a headache and give them really something to consider. Possible Scottish comeback. And it was the backs who pulled the strings again for McColl's second score. At this point, after the conversion, they were 9 points away from Wales. And so the Welsh had to kick into gear, and for Jason, with a strong carry down the left-hand wing. And Darley Hopkins in the right place at the right time. And then underneath a heap of bodies at the end, Evie Hill, a tight head prop, taking things to 50 for the Welsh. So we're nicely teed up for the last rounds of the Under-20 Women's Six Nations Summer Series after Wales have beaten Scotland 52 points to 29. We'll hope to have your company next Thursday. That's when the last three matches will be taking place. We'll start at 1 o'clock on the 17th of July. Scotland against Ireland, followed by Wales against Italy, and then rounding off with France against England. It's set to be a very exciting last round. Amber Reid, the last word on today, though, and round number 2 from yourself.
Round 2 didn't disappoint. A very comprehensive Welsh performance in front of the home crowd. A great finish to the day. I think fantastic rugby's been played throughout. Each team's improved from week 1 to week 2, so a grandstand finish next week.
We look forward to that, and we hope to have your company as well for as much of next Thursday as possible. We look forward to seeing you then. Until then, goodbye.